Hey, this is Joy with Altered Mind. This is video 2 of my journey. I would have put it on sooner, but like I had technical difficulties with the camera. But this is kind of an important video because I'm going to be talking about something, one, I've never spoke on. Not to one person ever in my whole life. And two, you might see things different in a way on some subjects by listening to this story. Not all monsters look like monsters. Some of them are very kind and loving, okay? And I talked a lot about my mom in the last story and stuff because she was the one that was there all the time, you know. And I gave y'all a few memories. Well, I had a few more memories too, but I've never spoke on these memories. But we were living in wherever the rattlesnake hunt was held, like Walnut Springs or some place out there, BFE. But we had other family members out there. And first off, I want to say two things before I tell this story. First thing I want to say is, I won't be giving any names in this story because it's been 40 years, okay? That's number one, which brings me to my second point. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to put anybody in the spotlight, which is why I'm not saying any names. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. I'm trying to tell a story. And it's not about your life, it's about mine. And really all I can say is if you come across one of these videos and you play a part in this video where you was a villain or whatever you want to call it, hey, like, don't be mad at me. You shouldn't have been doing the things you was doing. That's all I got to say about that. But just so that's said, but we were living in like a Walnut Springs or someplace where they hold that rattlesnake hunt. I can remember one of them rattlesnake hunts. And I had an aunt that was married to my mom's brother, okay? I had an aunt that had a brother. She had a younger brother, but he was way older than me. I wasn't but like 9, if that old. He was in his mid-20s probably. And they lived up there too. And, you know, you can never be too sure about the people you let around, especially your daughters. I want y'all to hear what I'm telling you. Because sometimes it's never even seen. Like it's not even fathomed. It's not thought of. This person just wouldn't do nothing like that. But I have to tell you this story because in my eyes, at that age, I can remember thinking he was so cute. And I craved that attention from him. I did. But I was a kid, and he should have knew better. It took me a long time to come to that conclusion, but I did. Cause when I had a baby girl, and that's the truth. When I had a baby girl, 9-year-old can't be at fault for something like that. He should have told me to run down the road or whatever. But I can remember him telling me things like he liked my hair and how pretty I was and all kinds of stuff. And I remember being so infatuated with this guy. I never told a soul about him messing with me. I never told not one person. This is the first time I've ever spoken out loud. And what I'm trying to get at is it wasn't violent. He wasn't violent. He was actually, he was really nice. You know, I now know why, but he was really nice. But he wasn't violent. He wasn't part of my family. He was part of my mom's brother's wife's family. It was her brother. And I don't know if he was staying up there. Like I said, I was real young. I don't really remember. But I don't know if he was staying up there or what how that come to be, but he was there, and he wasn't. And I remember being so, because he was showing me kindness. Okay, and I remember being so infatuated with this man, and he knew that, and he used it to his advantage, and took advantage of a very young girl. And it wasn't a traumatizing event. There was nothing traumatizing about it, because I was attracted to him, like a 9-year-old would be, like joy and whatever, sitting in a tree, that kind of attraction. And so it wouldn't have been traumatic. And it wasn't until later years that I even realized it was wrong, and that's the truth. So, like, moms, listen to your gut. Sometimes it may never be said or even thought of that this person could be doing something like that. But I promise you, you don't know what a person's capable of. You just don't. And that was the first time I'd ever been, that I can remember feeling some sort of attraction towards the opposite sex. And like I said, it wasn't a traumatizing event. It wasn't a scary event. It was an event that should have never happened, because the adult should have stepped in. The adult in this man should have stepped up and stopped that, But it's neither here or there. It's done. I lived. I survived. I ain't seen or heard from the guy since we all lived up there. Like, he wasn't part of our family. And and I wanted to tell that story because, when we're looking at our kids and they're acting out, and we just can't figure out why the fuck they're acting like that. I remember acting out. You have to look at everything that can be going on. You can't toss out anything. Everything is a possibility. Okay? And a lot of times, especially if the girl is young, our boy, hey man, there's some sick motherfuckers out there, and infatuated with the person taking advantage of him. If that's the case, you'll never know about it, Mom, Dad. You'll never know, because they'll never say anything, because they are infatuated with this person like I was. I never said a word. And I was telling that story just for a reason, because I've done some readings lately where they're having trouble. Their daughter could be as old. I have one that their daughter's like 26 and lashing out. Okay? These things are not happening for no reason. There's always an underlying reason. There's always something underlining a reason. There's a reaction, action, reaction. Nothing's done for no reason. So, if you have a kid that's giving you a hard time and you can't figure out, you just don't understand it, look at all possibilities. I'm not saying your kids are being molested, or that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't rule nothing out. Check out all possibilities. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Because you never know. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I had to have been about 9. I didn't know what attraction, like sexual attraction was. Not like that. Not until I was showed. But I was attracted to the guy. He paid attention to me. And that's what did it. That's what did it. You want y'all to hear what I just said? He paid attention to me. I would have done anything for that attention. At 9. And it ain't because I'm a hoe. It ain't because it has nothing to do with stupid. If you're thinking shit like that, you're stupid and you got no business watching the video. You can't comprehend what I'm saying if you're thinking like that. Okay? I didn't know right from wrong like that. Okay, that's the first thing. I didn't know. I wasn't ever sat down and talked to on that level. I didn't know the ins and outs of something like that. And it was attention, like I said. My father was locked up a lot of my life, so I was probably craving that adult male attention. So keep that in mind. I'm not trying to freak anybody out. I'm just trying to pass some awareness, man. Open people's eyes. We walk around this motherfucker so fucking blind, thinking can't nobody get us, can't nobody touch us. That's not the way it goes, people. It's not the way it goes. So you can be God. Somebody can fuck with something that's close enough to your heart to hurt you, to get to you. Keep that in mind. Nobody's untouchable. Nobody's untouchable. You know, we have to protect what's ours. If we don't protect what's ours, then who will? It's an endless fucking cycle if we don't. Then we have our daughters and sons that went through the same shit we went through. Bam, so they're fighting the same battles we fight. Bam, so their children are going to fight. It has to stop somewhere, man. It has to stop, and it stops with the altar of the mind. Alter the way you think. Open your eyes. Look at things in a different way, you know. Everything's not black and white. There's gray area in there. So, this ain't a long video. I just wanted to give y'all a little... That memory had a purpose, you know. Like I said, I talked to a couple people. I've done some readings for they don't understand why their kids acting crazy. And please, if you're listening to this and you're one of them, and you know who you are, if you're that, I'm not saying anything, but watch. Look at all avenues. That's all I'm saying, okay? I'm not making no predictions of anybody's kid being messed with or nothing. Please don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying open your eyes and look at all options. Check stuff out. Rule shit out. If you're really trying to get to the root of a problem, start marking stuff off. Rule it out. 90% of the time, the problem is the person they're closest to. Like my kids' problem was me. You know? I accept that now. I'd have fought 5 years ago. I'd have fought you tooth and nail if you'd have told me some shit like that. But I know now. I know now it was. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. If you can use it, please use it. If you can't use it, you know, I'm your tour guide. I was just taking you on a journey, telling a little story then. This was a true story. Okay, guys. Also, I'm doing tarot readings. If y'all want to hit me up, I'll probably do them till about, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good tonight, maybe 2 or 3. So, yeah, something like that. So, y'all have a blessed evening. Kiss your loved ones. Everybody settle in for a nice night. Calm, relaxing. Yes, Sunday night. All right. Hit me up if you want a reading. I'll put you on. Well, I ain't really got much of a list tonight, so I'll probably get right to you. So, thank you, and God bless.